Hi guys, it's Rachelle from Monolink Furniture again in very, very, very wet Sydney. We're on about day 3 or 4 of torrential rain, flooding everywhere. So I'm indoors and I'm only doing a little piece, which I'm not used to doing little pieces. Anyway, we're looking at this again. We've been here before, so let's have a look. This is a piece that I did a few months back, and it was really a trial piece. I wanted to have a go at putting on these transfers, but it was never really the style that I generally do. So I didn't ever advertise it for sale, and I was never really 100% happy with it. I didn't even finish putting the drawer pulls on, so I'm going to give it another go. And this time I think I'm just going to paint the top. There's a lot of red in this stain, in this wood. I'm not 100% decided yet. What I'm going to do is paint the body first. What I'm also going to do though is get these transfers off. Ideally I would do it outside with my orbital sander, but outside is not an option. If you're new to my channel, this is my general attire, PJs. If you're looking for makeup, you've come to the wrong place. I generally fall out of bed into my workshop and then I start. That's how it runs, that's how it goes. And I lose things constantly. So at the minute I've lost my sandpaper and my Dixie Belle mud. So I'm going to go find those. I'll be back in a sec. Right, I've got my Dixie Belle mud. I'm just going to put this on because I'm going to have to sand it anyway. So I'm just going to get it on there. I do have the original drawer pulls, but they're a little bit fancy. And that's not what I want to go with now. So I'm just going to fill the holes. I never do that. I usually keep anything that's got a bit of vintage to it. But I wasn't loving it. So, firstly I'm going to fill these. I've got Dixie Belle mud in the brown and my Dixie Belle spatula. So let's just fill this in. Sometimes you have to do 2 passes with this, so I just fill it so it's a little bit overflowed and then sand it, but sometimes you need to come back and do another pass, and that's normal. So I get a lot of questions saying I can still see the holes, just go back over it. It's going to be hard work for me doing this inside, guys. I'm never inside. I've been going a little bit stir crazy, and so are the dogs. Again, if you're new to my channel, I have 2 beautiful dogs that feature in, I was going to say most, I'd say all my videos at some point. They follow me around like lost sheep. They're lovely, but they're nuts as well. Absolutely nuts. So yeah, I generally use Dixie Belle mud always for filling in drawer pull holes. It's just really easy to work with. I've worked with a lot of wood fillers, but a lot of them are quite thick. So when it's just drawer pulls holes, I just like to go with this. It's just easy to manipulate. Last one. Then whilst this is drying, I think I'll have some breakfast. I might actually take some migraine tablets too, because I can feel that brewing. Again, if you're new to my channel, I tend to talk a lot while I'm doing these projects, which is strange because honestly, I can go all day with not talking to anyone. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. I'm quite a loner. But as soon as this camera goes on, it seems I can't shut up. Anyway, I'm going to let this dry, and then we will come back and give them a sand. Always clean your spatula. They're not called spatula. Is it called a spatula? I think actually it is called a spatula. The mud spatula. Always clean them off straight away, because you don't want to have all dry mud on it. or any sort of filler. So I just rinse it off with water, and we're good to go. So, breakfast time. I'll be back. Okay, so this is still just drying off. You can see where it goes lighter when it's drying. So whilst that's happening, I'm just going to get some sandpaper on this area. So I'm using 120 grit sandpaper, and I get this in a roll from Sleek Brushes. I also get the 240 grit from them, and I have some 600 grit on its way, which I'll be using for sanding after, in between chalk coats. So I didn't ever seal this. Oh, goodness me. I didn't ever seal this, so it should come off pretty easily, I'm hoping. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. So this was an Aussie decor transfer. Nothing wrong with it. It's just not my style. I bought it. I actually bought it just for the. Where can you see it? On there. See the cherry blossom? I just love it. But I was just really practicing on this one. So nothing wrong with it at all. I just wanted. It's just not my style. And this was painted in Australian mineral paint black stump. And it's nice, it's got a built-in top coat. It's more matte than I like, so it'll mark easily. But the finish is nice, and you can see that it's actually, I'm giving this a good sand, and it's holding up pretty well. So that it's a good paint. But I just want something different for this. So what I will do is I'm using the 120 to get this off, and then I'll go over it all. I'll do a 120 on this too, but then I'll go over it all with a 240 just to smooth it out. And then we'll be right. You can see it's coming off pretty easily. Right, so I'll get on with these. I'll carry on watching a little bit of TV. That's the good thing about working from inside, isn't it? You can still watch TV, but I can't have it on when I'm doing videos, because you can't have any noise in the background, or TV or music, because YouTube will strike you for it. Okay, I'm going to carry on with this. Then I'll come back when the mud is dry, and I'll sand all over that, and then we get stuck in with the paint. Right, this weather is slowing down this drying process ridiculously. So, with patience definitely not being my middle name, I'm speeding up the process. I'm using my little craft heat gun that I got from Capriol. Doesn't get really hot, but it does a job. See, now that's something I can get on board with. That's the sort of time I need stuff to dry in. Don't go overboard, just enough to dry it off. And keep it moving as well. Right, I'll go and do all the others. Oh jeez. I'm not a fan of working indoors, I've got to be honest. All this stuff all close to me. I like space. Look, I've got my dogs. I've got Bailey here. Oh, you can't see. Bailey's on the settee there. Harper's on the settee there. Harper, stop. Chewing her foot. Stop. Right. Let's get on to the rest of these. Sorry. Right, they're all dried. I've smooth sanded it with 120 grit. And I've cleaned it with Dixie Belle White Lightning. So now I'm going to go in with the paint. And what I'm using is, let's have a look. Okay, so I've done a 50-50 mix of Dixie Belle Silk Tide Pool and Dixie Belle Silk Quiet Cove. 50-50 mix. So here we go. So it's a pale blue. I just wanted to take the blueness out of it, add a little bit of green, but I didn't want a really pale green one, so I thought this would be a good middle ground. This is a 300 ml pot, or no, 250 ml pot I think, So I've probably got about 200 ml here, which would be plenty. I'm not going to... Ooh, spider. Where did you just come from? I'm not going to bother priming it. The Dixie Belle Silk line, it does have a built-in primer and blocker, but I know that the coverage is really good. So if I thought the coverage was going to be bad, then I would prime it, but I know it's not going to be. So I'm using my Lignocolor round brush. I'm going to use a round brush on the body. For the legs, I think I'm going to do gold. So I'll use a smaller brush for that. So I don't put much on. See, look at that coverage. It's amazing. For that light colour to cover black like that, honestly, that could just be a one coat. I'll do another coat, but that is amazing. So I don't have a lot of room here, guys, to show you the entire flip, right? So I'll just show you the different stages. Plus, look, Harper's squeezing onto this little mat that I've got too. Right, so I'll just carry on with all the other drawers. I'll get the 2 coats on this. Like I said, the coverage is amazing. Oh, I need to do that edge. And then I'll come back when I've done the 2 coats to show you the 2 coats. I'll do that tidier as well. And then when I'm going into the gold. But that coverage is amazing. Harper, you're going to have to move from there. Harper, I have very limited space. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I've got 2 coats on everywhere. I'm going to go in and tidy up all these areas later. But like I say, I'm restricted with space at the minute and it's driving me nuts. So for now, it is what it is. So I will paint, because there's only these shelves, I will paint those as well. Right, but now I'm going to do these legs and I'm going to do them gold. And for that, I'm going to use Lignocolor in the colour gold. This is metallic, it's shiny. I believe it's got a built-in top coat, so I'm not going to need to seal it, I think. I will check that though. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. Really highly pigmented, I would say. That's beautiful. Right. Let's see how we go. For this, I'm going to use my Sleek 38. And the reason I'm swapping to that is because it's got this nice sleek edge. The tip. I never know the word in for that. What do you call that? Anyway, the end. So I should be able to do this without taping it. Famous last words. You all know me. I don't like taping. If I do have to tape, then I've got green tape that I got from Sleek, which is really good. Oh, look at that. Oh. That's pretty. I was going to take a few coats. Which I expected. So let's see how we go. Oh, it's so nice, isn't it? So I'm not sure what draw pulls I'm going to use yet, but whatever I use, I'll be matching it with this for sure. This first coat, I'm just getting it on. I'm not worried about which direction I'm going in. These cabriole legs are notorious for taking a few coats in whatever you're doing. I don't know what it is with them. They're a bit painful. Now you can see the difference here. The colour. This isn't going to make any difference once it's dried. Once I've got all the coats on. But it looks very different over the black to over the blue, where I've just painted it now. But like I said, it's going to be a solid colour by the time I finish. Right, I'll carry on with this. I'll come back and show you when I do the second coat so you can see what the coverage is like then. Yeah, I'm excited. Okay. Right, it's dried pretty quickly, so I'm going to go in with the second coat. So pretty. It's really nice. Really nice. I'm loving gold feet at the minute. I did some bedsides in with gold feet a while back. With, what was it, black sand? No, it wasn't black sands, it was anchor. And it was beautiful. So I'm seeing here that it's actually taken better in the area that's still black. So probably would be a good idea to do a dark colour underneath it before you do it. It's quite translucent. So I'm thinking this is going to take 3, maybe 4 coats. Even though it's really pigmented, it's to get the full coverage is going to take a few coats, but definitely. That being said, it's going to take as many coats to do that area. It's just looking more vibrant over the dark colour at the moment. I guess when it's got the full coverage on all of it, it's going to look the same, but that's just my observation. Right, so I'm going to carry on doing these. Then I'll come back when it's all done, when the feet are done, and just let you know how many coats it's taken. Look at these feet. Aren't they beautiful? They're not feet, they're legs, aren't they? Anyway, I'm stoked. So it's 3 coats. And it might be less if you were to do it over a dark colour. I don't know. Actually, no, it's the same. That was the light colour, that was the dark. It's taking the same. It's still drying at the minute, so it looks a bit patchy. Okay, and the draw pulls that I'm going to use are these. I got these off eBay. They're less ornate than the ones that I had with it. The ones that I had, they were the ones, you know, where you got the clips and then the dangly bit in between. Not describing that very well. Anyway, these will go well. This isn't the original colour. Rather than painting them, look at that though, look at the match. Rather than painting them, I'm using my Krylon Shortcuts in, oh, it's got some, it's got a spillage on it. I believe that's Hurricane Grey, Dixie Belle Hurricane Grey. Anyway, it is called, oh, it's the gold. I don't think they have lots of options in terms of their colours, but I love this. And I love using it with this sprayer. So I got both of these from Capriole Shabby Chic. And it's just so easy. I'm not going to spray it in here because it is a smelly one. You see, I'm covered in that. So I need to make some new holes. Ooh. And these will go on here, and I've painted the top. You're not really going to be able to see much, but I've painted the top. The body's got its full coverage with 2 coats. The top I've put 3 just because I want to make use of the top coat, the sealer that's built in. So I've done 3 coats on that just to give it a little bit more durability. I'm not going to do any more sealing on it because I know from other pieces that I've got that the sealing is great. It doesn't need it, it's hard wearing. I think it takes 30 days to cure. Cute though, huh? So I'm just going to wait for this to dry now. And I'm not going to lie, it's taking forever and it's driving me nuts. I couldn't paint in another country, I don't think. I'm just used to it drying like within 10-15 minutes. This wet weather is driving me insane. Anyway, I'm going to wait for this to dry now, get the draw pulls on, do some touch-ups, and then I'll stage her. I'm going to have to stage her inside too. This is killing me, I've got to be honest. I need to be doing something, doing. Not one little project like this taking me all day. That's not what I'm about. The girls, let's see if I can show you. There's one. The other one's down there, that's her butt. Yeah, sorry Bailey. They're not loving this. I even shut them outside because they were driving me nuts. They were just brushing against each other. Every time I'm working, doing something, there's just not enough room. Anyway, so I'm just going to wait for this to dry. I've got YouTube on. I'll just sit and watch that for a while. And then get this girl staged. She's pretty, I'm happy with her now. I'm happy with it. I don't know if I'll sell her. I don't know. We'll see. I'll be back soon. I'm real flat and icy. I don't like being in here. I don't like it. I don't like it. I clearly have way too much time on my hands because literally as soon as I showed you those drawer pulls, I changed my mind. So I'm now going with, so these are the wooden ones. I got these off eBay. Dogs are driving me nuts. And I've just sprayed them gold again. Look, I haven't even got anywhere to spray. Let's do my head in. Anyway, we're going for a completely different look. I'm going all in. Here we are. This rain needs to stop. I'm going to go stir crazy. Dead set going to go stir crazy. Anyway, I'm going to wait for this to dry. I'm going to get her set up. I'm going to get some photos. Then I might just have a nap or something. Here she is, guys, all finished. I'm not doing the usual walk around because I'm stuck inside having to get these photos. Oh, it's killing me. So just to confirm again what I've used, 50-50 mix of Tide Pool, Dixie Belle Silk, Tide Pool and Quiet Cove. Drawer pulls, they were off eBay, but I've actually seen tutorials recently where you can make your own. So that will be good. I'm hoping that Twitch is going to follow that tutorial and do it for us. I've spray painted the drawer pulls with gold Krylon shortcuts. Got that from Capriole Shabby Chic. I got the paint from Capriole as well. Legs have been painted with the gorgeous, look at it, it's just the metallic on it is amazing. Gold metallic from Lignocolor. Brushes I've used, what did I use? Let me remember. The body, I use my Lignocolor 15mm round brush. The legs, I use my 25mm sleek. And I think that's it. Is that all the products? I haven't sealed it, don't need to seal it. It's got a built-in top coat. I won't even put something on the top. Previously I would have thought about doing that. But I've got pieces of this in my bedroom, painted in this in my bedroom, and it's just held up really well, so I'm not going to bother. It's nice. Oh, and my little flowers. These are from the reject shop. They weren't gifted to me. I went and bought myself $50 worth of flowers. So I'm just sticking them on there. I'm totally out of my element without my workshop, and my staging area and everything is killing me a bit. Let me just actually show you, where did I put them? I got some stencils yesterday from Dixie Belle that I'm thinking about using on the side. Here we go. Okay, so for those who haven't seen, I've been asked to be a content creator for Dixie Belle. I am over the moon. I'm not going to be exclusive. I'll still be using other products, but I'll definitely be using a lot of Dixie Belle now. So, and then I received this yesterday, so this confirmed it. So I've got these. This is from their Bells and Whistle line. This is their stencil houndtooth. They're huge. So it's actually the perfect size to go on the side of here. If I had my space around me and I was in my comfort zone, that would definitely be happening. And it's still May. I'm thinking of doing that with either the Pearl Glaze, or yes, probably the Pearl Glaze, which is a Dixie Belle over there. Or I could even do one coat of the Lignocolor gold. I'm not sure. But anyway, these are the perfect size. So they're 40 centimetres by 50 centimetres. I don't stock stuff. You know I'm not a seller. I'm not showing you these to sell you them. I don't sell. Excuse me. Morocco. Isn't that beautiful? I just really like the size. They're good quality as well, but I like the size. Damask. Sorry, it's being so noisy. It's beautiful. If you haven't already, if you're not already aware of, if you check out Chalk and Mirrors, Mon Miller from Chalk and Mirrors, she's done a little secretary desk recently, and she's used this on the sides, and it was beautiful. So if you want to see that in action before I do mine, then head over to Chalk and Mirrors. She's actually just started a YouTube channel too, so it'd be good to support her. Greek Key. That's lovely. And Harlequin. So I'm very excited, very excited. So I'm going to get some photos of this now. Sorry this video has been a little bit different to the norm, but I'm kind of out of my comfort zone when I can't be outside just working. So all I'm doing at the minute is just shopping. That's pretty much it. I'm just on Marketplace looking for furniture. I picked up 2 buffets and a hutch today. It's got to stay in the van because I've got no room anywhere. But I'll get some photos of this. I probably won't advertise it straight away because, like I said, I think I might add the stencil to the side. But I'm really happy with how this has changed. I couldn't get on board with it when it was black, and I really love black. I just couldn't get my head around it. So anyway, I'm happy with this change. So thank you for sticking with me. Thank you so much for supporting me as well, to get me to the point where Dixie Belle felt comfortable to contact me and ask me to be a content creator for them. I'm so pleased, and that's with the help of you guys, so thank you. And I hope you stick with me, have a laugh with me, learning how to use all the Dixie Belle products. I use a lot of them already anyway, but come on, you know there's going to be some laughs along the way when I mess stuff up. I'm certainly not going to be turning into Brush by Brandy. Oh my God, I've been binge watching Brush by Brandy, Chris Dorner, AJ's Vintage. Oh man, I'm watching them all and I'm thinking, what the heck? Oh, the other thing, I hope I can announce this for her. Am I going to out her? I'm going to out her. Should I? Anyway, yeah, I am going to. Amy from Flip It Furniture, she is also going to be a content creator for Dixie Belle. So we're going to do some things together, which is fantastic. If you haven't already subscribed to Amy, Flip It Furniture, YouTube, it's on YouTube, Facebook and Instagram, but obviously where you see her in action is in on YouTube. She's so good. She really puts me to shame. But head over and show her support because she's lovely. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to me ramble on. Sorry, it was more talking than anything else today. Not much different, I guess. But I'm hoping next week. So it's Tuesday now. Apparently the water should be receding. So if those who don't know, it's flooded everywhere. We're sort of flooded in. We're not flooded, but everywhere around us is. So can't really do much. The water should be receding on Wednesday, so I should be able to get back to some sort of normality by Thursday, I'm hoping. And then I can start attacking the ridiculous amount of furniture that I've now collected. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Like, comment, subscribe. If you like what you like what you see, don't bother if you don't. And come back for more. Take care, guys. Bye.